seated. This time, last one was easy. I had two, so I could go from one side to the other for alphabetically. So I'm going to just, since I started at that end last time, we're going to start in on this end the first time. So Libby, you go first.
I hope I can bend the rules a little bit and just come out and talk here. It's wonderful to see everybody here tonight. I'm Libby Garvey. I've been on the Arlington School Board for 14 years, helping to make our schools among the best in the nation. And I am running for the state senate because I want to take down to Richmond the skills and abilities that I've used to help make this one of the best school systems in the nation, because we need to do things differently down there, and I know I can do it. And one of the first things I want to work at is actually chipping away at the Marshall-Newman Amendment. And I'm going to start by working really hard to make sure that gay couples can adopt children in this state, because I don't think there's anything more disturbing than the fact that we have children needing loving homes that want children and can't have them. And what a perfect example of the damage bigotry, fear, and misunderstanding can do. And we need to tackle that first. I also want to take this opportunity to thank you all for all of the support and friendship and education you have done for me over my entire career here. I have been in your homes, I have been at meetings, I've been at socials, and you have really helped make me the person I am and helped me make this the community that we all love. And this is a wonderful community now. You have worked so hard to make sure that our children all feel safe and welcome in our schools. We have award-winning anti-bullying policies that we are monitoring to make sure that every year fewer and fewer children feel afraid, scared, bullied in school. And we're not perfect yet, but every year that number goes down. And the important thing is not only to have the policies, but to monitor them. I want to thank you for all of the understanding that you have given to me, so that when my sister called and told me that she was lesbian, that she'd realized late in life after 15 years of marriage to a man, I understood exactly what she was trying to say to me immediately. I've known how to be supportive of her. I am so proud of her. She is very openly out in Eastern Kentucky, where it is not easy to be out. And I really appreciate everything that you did to help make me a good sister for her. And I am looking forward to the questions. Thank you.
Thanks. I know many of you here from years of coming to these forums, and others I don't know, so I'm looking forward to it. I will say that when I was a kid, I volunteered in politics in Long Island, where I grew up, and I was interested in the Suffolk County legislature, and I thought that would be exciting to be a Suffolk County legislator, but I thought later on, not if you're gay, you can't be elected to be a Suffolk County legislator. Then I moved to Maryland, and I didn't think too much about politics, but I assumed that you couldn't be elected to office if you were gay. Then I moved to Virginia, and I thought, you really can't be elected to office if you're gay. And over time, I formed the Democratic Club, the Virginia Partisans. We were driving back from Roanoke one day, Jay Facette and I said, what did you do in your old job? And he said, I used to work for the government accounting office. And I said, would you like to run for office? And he did. And I was able to help get him nominated. Then my friend Paul Smedberg ran for office in Alexandria, and I ran his first campaign where he was nominated. Then I decided to run for office, and I realized that it's not about your orientation, it's about your values, your record, and that's what Northern Virginia is, and I'm proud to be a part of that. Now, since then, I was appointed by Governor Mark Warner to be his Chief Deputy Commissioner of Labor and Industry, and then a seat came up in the General Assembly in the House of Delegates, and I was not supposed to win. But I did win by 43 votes. And since then, I've been the only openly gay member of the General Assembly, and I've worked on a lot of issues. I've worked to get 2 governors to adopt executive orders on non-discrimination in state hiring. I've worked to introduce legislation and pass legislation with a bipartisan coalition that life insurance beneficiaries didn't have to be legal spouses or minor children. And I was the co-chair, or the chair actually, of the Commonwealth Coalition that worked against the Marshall-Newman Amendment. There's a lot more to do, a lot more work. When Senator Whipple, okay, thank you.
These all based on time, really good.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Rob Krupika. I'm a member of the Alexandria City Council and the State Board of Education, and I'm really thrilled to be here with you tonight. I started out in life as the son of a 17-year-old mom who had some real challenges to make sure I could move forward in my life successfully. And from the very beginning of my life, my mom made it very clear to me that education was my top priority. She made sure I went to preschool, she made sure I went to elementary school and worked hard, and she made sure that regardless of the fact that we didn't quite know how we'd pay for it, college was always foremost in my mind a priority for me. And that experience growing up really formed my basic personal philosophy, which is that no matter where somebody starts in their life, no matter what obstacles they may have in their way, no matter what challenges they may face, they should have the opportunity in this country, in this state, and in this community to fulfill their full potential as human beings. That personal philosophy translates very strongly into my views about equality. I'm proud to live in a city that has a leading human rights policy where we work hard to make sure every single citizen in Alexandria is treated fairly and has an opportunity to have a seat at the table. I'm proud to be a member of a religious congregation in Fairfax County that is open and affirming and makes sure that everyone in our community has a chance to participate in our faith together. And I am standing before you today to pledge that I will be with you every step of the way to make sure two loving adults can adopt a child and make sure they have the kind of home they need, to make sure we don't stop until we repeal the Marshall-Newman Amendment, to make sure that we do everything we can to bring everyone in this state to the table, not just because it's a moral issue, not just because it's a human rights issue, but because it's an economic issue. As a member of the Alexandria City Council, I know firsthand that our community is stronger, is more prosperous, is more successful because of the diversity in our community. We are a better place, and I look forward to talking to you and hearing your questions tonight. Thank you.
The first of the two questions, these will be 2 minutes responses for all of you. The first question, bullying in our schools, not just of students, but also of certified and support staff, is an issue that needs to be addressed in order to ensure that our public schools are a safe environment for learning. Please describe both the specific actions you have personally taken thus far to combat this issue, both for students and staff, and what additional steps you will take if you are elected to the Virginia Senate. First,
Well, we have personnel policies that are enforced and that give equal rights to everyone, and I'm very proud of those kinds of policies that we have. I spoke to you about the anti-bullying that we have. And the important part is monitoring, and it's important that employees